Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Joanne, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. In this video, I'll be talking about part-time jobs that you can do while you're in Russia, or if you intend to come to Russia, this video is also for you. If you've watched my previous videos, you can see that I talk a lot about English jobs because I'm an English teacher. I work in schools, I also work online. So that's the good thing about teaching English. It's kind of flexible because if you're working online, you have your laptop, you have stable internet, you have stable light, everything at your disposal. It's something that you can do to get yourself some money. Also, during summer, you can go work in summer English camps. The other thing about this English job is like it has a downside to it because if you're maybe, for example, a medical student or someone that doesn't really have a flexible schedule, you can't really work in schools because sometimes it can be really demanding. It can be like, okay, you need to come like maybe from 10 or anytime in the morning. But if you're lucky enough, you can see schools that might give you schedules like that starts in the evening because I was working at a kindergarten once where I used to go and teach like around 5 p.m. So it was very convenient for me. Aside from English tutoring jobs, there are so many other things you can do, especially independent businesses. Some people might want to be self-employed because honestly, it's not easy working for people. I'm going to tell you that. So if you have skills that can let you do independent jobs, it's actually best you do that and work for yourself. And the first thing on the list is going to be food vending or catering. There are so many people that are very busy, so cooking is not even on the list of things they want to do. So you can actually maximize on that and try to make money from cooking. Whatever it is, baking, you can do pastries, you can even bake birthday cakes, you can make food for different events. Even if you don't like to cook, we're trying to all hustle and survive, of course. So as long as you can cook, this is one job that is actually for you. Another thing you can do here if you want to be self-employed is being a hairstylist or a barber. Here, of course, if you're an African, you won't really see places you can make your hair freely. Although there are a lot of students that do that and a lot of other people that do it, it's actually quite pricey here because you can't just go around and see stores on the road or salons on the road. Some people learned this before they came to Russia, but don't be discouraged if you don't know how to like braid hair or barb. That is something you can actually try to learn while you're in Russia. So if you're someone that has interest in something like that, you should actually try investing your time, trying to learn. The thing is that you have to spend money to make money sometimes. So if you want to learn, you can decide to pay somebody and start from there because on the long run, the money that you've invested is something that you're actually going to benefit from. And now that we're talking about styling, I know I'm looking very pretty, thank you. So if you love the way that I style my hair, just make sure you click on this video right here. This video here is just simply showing you how to style your hair in different ways. So if you want to be self-employed, something else you can actually venture into is being a nail technician. Now, this is actually very good for the girls. If you love doing nails, if you have interest in stuff like that, you can actually try to learn if you don't know how to do it. Just like I said earlier, you don't have to be good at it. You can start from somewhere, then try to buy all the necessary things, try to learn. That's why I love YouTube. There's so many things you can actually learn from YouTube. You can try to see different nail designs you can do because girls are always going to make their nails. So the next thing on my list is being a makeup artist. Now, this is something you can also monetize from, like I said, just like the nail technician job. A lot of girls are always doing makeup and not everyone knows how to do makeup. So you can actually use that to your advantage. If you're someone that knows how to do makeup, you can try to do for graduation shoots, birthday shoots, weddings, and the likes of it. The next thing on my list is tailoring or anything regarding fashion. Now you're in Russia, so of course you're not going to be seeing your like native attires and all those things, depending on where you're from. Of course, if you're an African watching this video, you definitely have your cultural attires that you're not going to see here or just get it easily. So you can capitalize on that. If you love sewing, or even if you don't know how to sew, you can learn. Anything is possible, honestly speaking. Just start from somewhere. So you can learn to sew. There are a lot of places you can get materials from, you can import them, you can do anything, but just know that this is one good job that you can do. Another thing you can do here as a part-time job is photography. This is very good if you're someone that loves anything relating to like just photography, videography. If you're scared that you don't have a camera, of course you can start with your phone. Just try to do the basic things. You can also go into editing. That's somewhere you can make money from. You can edit things like thumbnails, you can edit flyers, so many things. You can also go shoot videos for weddings, for different ceremonies. So this is something that you can actually go into if you have an interest. And even if you don't have an interest, of course, you can always develop interest for new things and just try to learn along the line. Another thing you can do here as a part-time job is modeling. But hear me out on this one. It doesn't just come easy, okay? So there's so many things when it comes to modeling. There are different types of modeling. You can work as a clothes model, you can work as a face model, you can just do a lot of commercials for different brands and all those things. But the thing is that you have to put in the work. Most times you ask for portfolios, and of course, you have to actually know what you can do or what you can do, because some people might ask you to do like, okay, modeling for lingerie. So it's left alone for you to know what you can be comfortable doing, and just try to get the right information from people that have already been in this line of work. Another part-time job you can do here in Russia is just working in eateries or restaurants. We have so many restaurants here and eateries. For example, you can work in places like McDonald's, you can work in Burger King, you can work as a cleaner or a chef or just different things in the restaurants. You can work as a waiter or a waitress. You actually get to choose your work hours, your shifts. You can do night shifts, you can do morning shifts. It's actually very flexible for students that have tight schedules. Aside working in restaurants and eateries, you can also work in supermarkets as a cashier or just as a regular worker, because sometimes they need people to put things in place, arrange things on the shelves. So you can work in supermarket depending on the schedule you have in school or whatever it is you're doing here in Russia. Babysitting is actually a very good job you can do here in Russia, because a lot of parents here are looking for nannies that are English native speakers to actually stay with their kids so they can learn the language and get used to it. You can do it at your convenience, and you also get paid a lot depending on so many things. It can depend on the age of the child, how many hours they want you to stay. There's some nanny jobs that maybe they want you to stay full time. Some of them you actually get to travel outside the country with them. So being a nanny here in Russia is a very good part-time job that you can consider doing. Aside from being a nanny, you can actually consider doing pet sitting. Is a very, very nice job that you can get cool money from. So if you're a lover of animals, or this is just something that you have interest in, you can actually try to look into it. Another part-time job you can do here in Russia is delivery or being a courier. So this is actually a very good job because it's flexible and you can do it depending on the time available for you. If you're a student, of course, you're going to be schooling and you will really have so much time. But at night, you can actually take up this delivery job, or during the day, depending on the schedule you have. So you get to deliver different things, you get to deliver food, groceries, and the likes of it. So the only thing is that you should just be careful when you're doing this career job, of course, because if you're caught with something that is not supposed to be in your possession, of course, it's going to be a problem for you. So delivery job is something you can actually consider if you're planning on moving to Russia, or you're already here in Russia looking for a part-time job. Working in factories and warehouses is actually a very popular job that a lot of students try to do here because it's very convenient and you can do it based on the schedule you have. The only downside to it is that it's a very hectic job. Most times you work like 12-hour shifts. Like, it's very, very difficult because throughout the day you're going to be moving a lot of heavy things. But the thing is that you're going to get cool money at the end of the day, and we're all trying to survive. Here in Russia, we have a lot of delivery points like Wildberries, Ozone, Yandex Market, and the likes of it. You just basically try to arrange stuff when the orders are brought, and when people come to get their orders, you simply take it down and ensure that everything follows due processes. So you can see that there are actually a lot of part-time jobs you can do to survive here in Russia if you're already here or you intend to come to this country. I hope this video was very useful and informative to you. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also turn on your notification bell so you can get amazing content like this one. Thank you so much. Bye.